Hello internet, Jesus loves you. My name is Cody and this is the Christian News Show we do on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays with geeksundergrace.com. If you wanted to help support the show, there's a couple ways you could do that. First of all, you could just share the video, or also there's a little thing right there if you wanted to help financially. And the first story of the day, I'm going to be honest here, really isn't a news story, it's just more hype. As you know, AD is coming out Easter Sunday, which I've already been pretty excited for, but Robert Downey in an interview said that she believes it is Game of Thrones meets the Bible. And I assume she doesn't mean excessive nudity, so that would mean just fantastic writing and amazing quality. They're taking this and basing it off of acts and some points of view from different historians of the time, and it's going to focus very heavily on the political climate. That being said, Game of Thrones meets the Bible. I am sold. And then on the other side of TV news, we need to talk about Phil Robertson, because once again, he said words. He was trying to make a point about how atheists do not have morals because they do not have God. And then he gets into this really weird story about somebody breaking into an atheist home and raping the atheist daughters, and you're like, oh, well, it's too bad you don't have morals, so everything's okay. Which, it should worry everybody, first of all, that if Phil Robertson wasn't Christian, he would be okay with the things that he said. It's just crazy to me because it's an argument that a lot of Christians seem to hold on to, that if you're an atheist, you do not have morals. And I will say that I do believe that is true to a certain point, but no matter what, whether you believe in a God or not, you are gonna have societal morals. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a Christian or not, you are going to be mad if somebody lies to you. Though, not to get on too much of a tangent here, I would say that if it wasn't for religion, morals would be much more focused on survival. Because if you look at evolution and you look at how it works, humans are doing it very wrong. We send our strongest to war to ensure that our weaker can reproduce. We also feed the poor and take care of the elderly. All things that I truly do believe atheist moral would not have, because compassion does not make sense if we are not more than animals. That being said, Phil Robertson, atheists still would have morals, and they would be very upset if someone broke into their house and raped their children. What is wrong with you? You're the reason we can't have nice things. And from that, I suppose we should go to Indianapolis and talk about GenCon. You see, in Indianapolis, there is a bill that is about to be passed for religious freedom. If you remember, in Colorado, there was a cake bakery, and they would not bake a cake for a gay couple because they were gay. And nobody really knew if that was right or wrong, and so what this bill says is that it is right for them to do that. They can say, no, we're not going to bake this cake for you because we do not believe in what you believe. And so a lot of people find that to be discrimination. And so what GenCon is saying, which is a huge geek convention in Indianapolis, is that if they do pass this bill, they're not going to have their convention there because they do not want to be part of something like that. Basically saying that by passing this law, certain people are not welcome into that city. That is just what they are saying with the bill. And GenCon, who is accepting of everybody, does not want to be part of something where people aren't accepted. Now, the reason that is news is because apparently GenCon brings in $50 million in revenue to the city. And so without them, you lose all of that money. Now, I understand there are two very different sides to this, but I definitely stand personally on the side of freedom of religion. Does not mean freedom to discriminate. If your religion does not allow gay marriage, okay, that has nothing to do with you selling them something. Equal rights, but I know a lot of people watching this disagree, so. And since we're talking about homosexuality, we might as well talk about Matt McLaughlin's, and that name, Sodomite Suppression Act. This is a real thing that somebody is trying to get on the ballot in California, and basically a law against homosexuality that would execute people who are gay. Because it's better to kill the gays than to let God's wrath destroy America. And I think it's supposed to prove that it's way too easy to get something onto a ballot in California. But honestly, it is so disgusting and it just disturbs me so much. If you are watching and you do not believe in Jesus, do not follow us as an example of a Christian. Look at the Bible. Because many of us are terrible, terrible examples. And honestly, if you're gonna outlaw homosexuality, you might as well outlaw tattoos as well. And from that, we should talk about family Christian stores. We talked about them in the past because they were filing for bankruptcy, but that was creating quite a bit of controversy because it affected the publishers as well. The update to that story, there hasn't really been a reason why, but they are actually backing out of the bankruptcy. They're gonna go a different route to try to figure out all of their debts. I assume, honestly, that the way they were doing it seemed a bit shady to everyone, and they're just trying to find a better way to do it that looks a little bit better. And our final story of the day, you may remember Bring Back Our Girls. Boko Haram kidnapped 200 girls, sold them into sex slavery, everybody protested. Well, now they have taken 506 children and killed at least 50 of them. And I don't see any protests. There is one good thing to the story, and that is that Nigeria has taken back the town that these kids came from. But I just want to continue to invite everybody to still be angry about these things. You should be mad. You should feel emotions. Do not give up spreading how awful things like this is just because they happen every day. We need to still not be okay with it. And that's where we end today's show. So question of the day, I think you guys have quite a few opinions on this. So freedom from religion bill that is trying to be passed. Do you think that it is right for somebody to say, no, I don't believe in what you believe in, therefore I am not going to sell you my product? I want to know what you guys have to say, so please leave a comment in the comment section below with your answer. Make sure you check out geeksundergrace.com for more geeky content. My name is Cody Armour, bringing you Christian news in a not-so-boring kind of way every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In closing, let the haters hate, let the critics pray. And to everybody like, subscribe, I will see you later, and God bless. This means I love you in sign language and not devil horns. Ha!